Love it. Thank you very much indeed, Gloria. Glow. I'm slightly transfixed on my screen because I can see all the suggestions that are coming in for Mind the Gap today. And all I can say is, you are so naughty. You're all so naughty. Let's raise the tone with our bespectacled, beautiful Van Connor and his film suggestions for today. Good morning, sir. Are you wearing crushed velvet?
I'm not wearing spectacles either, I'm afraid.
I think you should wear a little... I'm wearing my semi-lunars. I'm wearing my semi-lunars on the end of my nose today. Literally looking over them to check the team.
You're going for that studious look, is that how this is going?
Librarian, really. Funky librarian is how I would describe my look today. Either that or about to appear in court. But either way, it's all looking good. So then, Star, we've got a couple of crackers for us today, haven't we?
We have, and you were saying some filthy suggestions in the Mind the Gap, so we should probably start with something appropriately filthy then, which is, of course, Challengers. New movie starring Zendaya and Josh O'Connor and Mike Feist. And it's basically a three-way love story between a former tennis champ played by Zendaya, who has now become a coach, has married a new champion played by Mike Feist, and he's on something of a losing streak. He's in a bit of a professional slump. She's trying to come up with ways to get him out of it in a coaching capacity. However, we're not all on our game, are we? And then into the equation. So it
goes my way.
I'd hire you as a life coach, Alex, if it helps. Into this mix comes Josh O'Connor's character, who is both Zendaya's former boyfriend and her husband's former best friend. And the three-way tension takes it all the way to the court itself. So I've got a clip for you, and this is this is the three tennis champions meeting for the first time.
I should go. My dad comes looking for me. I'll see you at school, Art.
Wait, are you on Facebook?
What?
He's asking for your number. And so am I.
You both want my number?
Very much so, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not a homewrecker.
We don't live together.
It's an open relationship.
Also, Patrick has a girlfriend.
I do not. Hey, come hang out with us later. They put you up at the hotel in Flushing, right? We're in room 206.
Want me to come tuck you in?
No. We just keep talking. About tennis.
Good night.
We have beer.
Okay.
Oh, Van, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's filthy. It's filthy as hell. I loved it. Well, it's got a great
Fits in
time
very
with it.
well today.
I will say, it's from Luca Guadagnino, who wrote and directed Call Me By Your Name, Bones and All. And for my money, this is his best work. This is his best film. It's got a great score by Trent Reznor and Askus Ross, like really slick, stylish, like synth-powered score that just rocks you through this thing. It's non-linear. It bounces all around the timeline. It's not afraid to go into very adult areas, and it made me a believer in Zendaya as not just an actress, but an actual movie star. I actually think she does have movie star potential. I wasn't on that train before, but I certainly am now. And I finally get to say, after all these years of pooping on Call Me By Your Name, that I've actually enjoyed a Luca Guadagnino movie. So it's been a big week for me.
So the certificate on that, what is it?
I believe it's a 15.
A 15?
It's only a 15. It is mostly about, it's mostly about implication rather than,
suggested.
like, say, nudity.
Yeah.
Yes.
So buckets of popcorn out of 5 for that one then. I mean, I have to say, I'm now intrigued. I am now very intrigued as to what this film contains.
But you heard three-way tennis love story and you were right in, I can tell. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 for me, definitely.
Wow, 4 buckets of popcorn out of 5. And Challengers is showing at the Curzon, Odeon, Phoenix Picture House and View in Oxford. Also showing at Cineworld in Whitney and Didcot. So it's everywhere. And then there's a film, Boy Kills World.
Yes, which I'm going to tell you in advance, I loved this. So this stars Bill Skarsgård, directorial debut of Maurice Moore, who is a visual effects guy and TV director, has come up with this original creation which owes a debt to like comic books and video games, anime, manga, Street Fighter, everything. Stars Bill Skarsgård as Boy, a deaf mute in a fictional country that's ruled over by a authoritarian sort of crime family led by Famke Janssen. His mum and sister were killed when he was a child, and he had his tongue cut out and he was rendered deaf in the process. He has then been taken in by a shaman, raised in the forest by an absolute maniac, trained to be a killing machine, and forced to ingest opium every single night until he hallucinates. We see his life presented through an internal monologue that has the voice of a video game presenter from his youth, voiced by H. John Benjamin, and he then goes full John Wick monkey man on this revengeful killing spree with this video game voice in his head narrating the story for us. However, he's also not the world's best lip reader, so certain characters speak in literal gibberish, as you will hear in this clip.
Dodo buns for long limbs. Uh-oh, can't read his lips. Is he mumbling in a different language?
Well, hold on. What about Yanmai? Where is she? Yanmai.
Momo parking lot. Probably not saying that. Maybe if I concentrate, I can...
Pickle bar briefcase.
Something about pickles.
Snookle boob top top.
Are these words? I don't...
Dodo buns for turn to bird.
Dodo buns sound fun. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Dodo buns are not fun. I've never heard a grown man cry. Not sure what it sounds like.
See, that's really bad because I was slightly sniggering through that, and that's probably the wrong reaction, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. It's a very funny film, as you can get the tone from that. It is quite an irascible, irreverent movie. I really loved it. It's wild and anarchic. It kind of sits halfway between like John Wick and Scott Pilgrim versus the World, if you can imagine that. Skarsgård's absolutely brilliant in it. Anything with H. John Benjamin gets my bum on seat every time. I just had an absolute blast with it. I think Brett Gelman from Stranger Things is one of the scene stealers as well on this one. I just had an absolute blast with it. I will also say, I know I said this after Evil Dead Rise a while back, but again, I'm never going to look at a cheese grater the same way ever again. I have now seen it used in the most depraved way someone has yet come up with.
Don't need to.
And it was an absolute banger for me.
Move away from the kitchen drawer. Move away from the kitchen drawer. That's outrageous.
Really violent.
Out of interest, what's the certificate on that?
This is a hard 18, and it does earn every second of that.
Do you find these days, more broadly in films, do you find there are more sort of 15s and PGs made now than before? What's it like? Are they making more films especially for adults, or is it more general release?
Generally speaking, the average movie now is a 12A, like a standard, because that's basically viewable to everyone, including children, provided they have parents with them. And anything else tends to be a 15. It's actually quite rare to find an 18.
I was going to say,
you can go weeks. You can go weeks without an 18-rated film, but a 15 is quite common.
And is it interesting as well that you mentioned Challengers as being sort of like it was quite risky, but actually it's more in the subject matter that they will allow a 15-year-old to watch, whereas if it was any more sort of explicit, it would have to be an 18.
Well, that's it. The thing is, as well, I think most of Zendaya's fan base is like 15, so that would kind of make sense. Yeah. To be fair, like don't want to tag them out the market with the age restriction, I think.
Boy Kills World is showing at View and Odeon in Oxford today. Certificate 18. Buckets of popcorn out of 5 for you?
Oh, 4. But
wow.
It's a 4-bucket week. It's a 4-bucket week this week.
Amazing. So the weather's a bit mixed. So we've had some ideas for things to do with the kids. If the adults want to go off to the cinema and watch something, which one of the two would you suggest? Challengers or Boy Kills World today?
Absolutely, Boy Kills World. The only thing missing from me is a movie with this title does not have a Daniel Fishel cameo, which is a waste of opportunity.
You are simply the best. Thank you so much, Van. Bless you. Have yourself a great weekend. Chat to you soon. This is Benson Boone. It's fabulous.